Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations, where we explore the journeys, passions, and impact of some of my favorite people. Y'all just don't know. I've wanted to have these three individuals on my show since I started, and today I have all three together. Yay. So I'm very, very happy. So we have my good friend Malika, my good friend Monique, and my good friend Corey. You all not only teach and run this college, but you're also heading up our Black Faculty Staff Association here at Riverside City College. So before we go there, can we dive into who you are and how you got here? Like, I'd like to know for our students and others, where'd you grow up? What high school you went to? What college you went to? Why'd you choose the degree that you selected to go into? Why'd you get an advanced degree? Would you mind sharing a little bit of that?
No.
All right, start with you, Malika.
Okay, I'll go. I am RUSD through and through, IE, Riverside, born and raised. Went through actually some AUSD. So I went to Orlanza Elementary, Little Vista, a little bit of Norte Vista.
Went to Norte Vista?
Norte Vista High School. Sure did.
Across the street.
Yes. Transferred to Ramona High School, which I graduated.
The Rams.
Yes. I was a Ram. Love my Ramona. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. So my counselor at the time told me, since you don't know what you're going to do, you should just go to a community college. And it wasn't very hyped up. It was like, you're kind of lost. So I went to RCC, Riverside City College, found myself here. Bounced around, got a lot of F's. Got a lot of F's, a lot of D's, and it was until someone plucked me up and saw the potential I had and said, you have much more in you than just bouncing around. I was still coming here paying tuition, just going to school. I knew I needed to do it. And Dr. Christy Woods, she said there was more, and Dr. Oliver Thompson, and you. Actually, you saw me too. And also Dr. Virginia White. So I had a good support system and said there's more to you than that. And I transferred to CBU, California Baptist University, got married, had children, graduated my bachelor's degree in liberal arts, raised my children. I said, my first one, when he comes 5, I'll go get my master's. Had a second one. When the second one turns 5, I'm going to get my master's. Had a third one. When the third one turned 5, approaching in my 40s, I decided to go back and get my master's. So I recently graduated with my master's degree from Cal State San Bernardino in communication studies, which changed the trajectory of my life. I've worked here at RCC for over 20 years. And I need to do more.
Where do you work here at RCC? Where?
So I am in the Language, Humanities, and Social Science Department. I am an instructional department coordinator. So the schedule that you registered, the classes you registered to take, that schedule, I encode that and build that. And I, in turn, give you credit. You take credit for, you're able to get credit for your classes, and it also pays the faculty for teaching those courses. And I also teach.
What do you teach?
I teach communication studies here at Riverside City College. I teach interpersonal communications, and I will be teaching in winter public speaking.
Get a plug.
Your winter public speaking. And I serve here in the institution. I also spend my time in the Moja homeroom, which and La Casa, which I really enjoy engaging with the students. So that's my journey.
Thank you. Who'd like to go next?
Dr. Timberlake.
Dr. Corey Timberlake. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois. Moved to a city called West Covina, California, where I went to high school there. Former student athlete, was awarded a basketball scholarship. Attended Northern Arizona for a short stay. Then transferred to New Mexico State University, where I'm proud to say I earned my bachelor's degree in social work. While maintaining, the rigors of athletics. Then after that, kind of figured out some things, played a little ball here and there. When it didn't look like the NBA was knocking, I had to, really be courageous and reinvent myself.
Okay.
Came back to the state of California, and began to work in the field of mental health. Did that for about 13, 14 years, worked my way up to being a clinical director. Worked in San Bernardino, where we provided in-home therapeutic services to children and families.
Okay.
A colleague of mine that has grown to be a dear friend and family member now, he and I met again in San Bernardino. He was the director at a local Boys and Girls Club that I used to take some of the clients that I worked with in San Bernardino at. And he was, making his way. He was working in mental health. He was also, the director for the Boys and Girls Club. But he was also breaking into the educational sector.
Oh, okay.
And once he got in and was able to get his feet wet and grounded, he afforded me an opportunity, man. And I leaped in 2 feet. I didn't even test the water. My first job was as an adjunct counselor at Victor Valley College, where I was instrumental in working with marginalized student populations. I loved it. It aligned with my purpose. Education has always been a value in my home. My mother had me very young, but always promoted the advantages of education. And so I'm a firm believer that it's a pathway to your future, and it really affords you the opportunities that ordinarily you may not have had. And also I'm inspired by the intellectuals and the educators and educated that have come before me, so it's always kind of been a value to me. And so it's fitting that, I found my purpose. I'm aligned in it. I've fumbled and bumbled around at several different community colleges in the state of California, and was afforded this wonderful opportunity here to be the emoji coordinator and counselor. I have now been here for 3 years, and I'm really looking for this to be my place to retire from.
I love it. Can we back up? Could you
Yeah.
share where you earned your master's from?
I earned my master's degree from the Yale of the Inland Empire, the University of Redlands.
Double Double
Yes, and then I began my doctoral studies at UCR, but between the job and the rigor of that program, I wasn't able to continue, and so then I went and got my doctorate at a school called Argosy in clinical psychology.
In what?
In clinical psychology.
Clinical psychology. That's amazing. Did you always know that you'd be a doctor?
Man, I come from a place where I didn't even know if I'd be here at 18.
That's real.
Yeah, so, but I'm fortunate, man, that I've had a lot of wise individuals in my life that taught me to dream beyond what I could see. And so, but if, sitting here, it may sound cliche if I were to tell you, nah, I didn't. I had no clue, man. It was day to day for me, week to week. But I had I'm fortunate to really have some wise, lived and learned, experienced elders that really took the time to guide and nurture me in a way that many others in my environment may not have been fortunate enough to have. It was also educators, man, that lived in your neighborhood, that taught at the schools that you went to.
That's right.
That seen something special or seen something different in me. So although there may have been times where I could have, went either way, it was those reminders that I'm here for a bigger cause. So
That's right.
that would always steer me back. So I am fortunate beyond belief, and it's not something that I will ever take for granted.
Thank you. Thank you. Monique.
Man, regardless of what the newspapers say, there are some beautiful things that come out of the Inland Empire.
I agree.
I am a proud product of the San Bernardino Unified School District. So raised in San Bernardino, California. After high school, I was in the IB program in high school, but still, even being in a prestigious program, not a lot of people invested in making sure that we went to college. We didn't have a whole lot of conversations about going to college. I remember I had friends that were applying to UC systems or applying to West Point, were applying out of school, and I said, well, maybe I should probably do my application as well.
Wow.
My parents did not graduate from a university, did not go to a community college. They may have hung out in the quad at San Bernardino Valley College a few times. So I had no idea the journey that I was going to take after high school. I know I applied to San Diego State and Cal State Long Beach. And the reason why I applied to those two schools, you guys can probably guess. I wanted to party.
Wanted to party. That's right. That's right.
I wanted to party. I wound up at Cal State Long Beach. I did 2.5 years there and ended up having to come back home during some hard life experiences that I was being challenged with. And so I ended up graduating from Cal State San Bernardino as a communications major.
Coyote.
Had no idea at that point why I was majoring in communications. I really wanted to be a journalist. I love writing, and so writing is my passion. I do that better than I speak, so my emails sound a lot better. I really enjoyed reading. I really enjoyed writing, and so I ended up majoring in communications. At that time, I worked at a local casino, and the next higher up position from where I was at was working in human resources. I had no idea the career path that I was going to take. So I graduated with my bachelor's degree. At that time, I was a student parent, so I had my son in my junior year of college, and I just knew I needed to work. I needed a job, so I went through the program, Riverside County probation interview process that took 11 months, and something happened at the end of the process where I no longer was able to move forward. So then I was like, now what? I got a kid, I have a husband, like what am I supposed to do next? My friend had just returned home from Tuskegee University where she graduated her bachelor's degree. She was able to have that opportunity to go out of state. And so she said, what are we gonna do now? And I said, I don't know. I don't know what's next. So in high school, we were part of a mentorship program where we did conflict resolution, peer mentorship, mediation with our fellow colleagues. Anytime a student would get in a fight or they would get some type of referral, they would come see us in our program that we had.
Okay.
And we trained other students across the district, San Bernardino Unified School District, in peer mentorship and mediation. And she said, well, we're always great at that. Why don't we do counseling? And so by luck, by opportunity, by divine intervention, I entered into the master's program at the University of Redlands. Go Bulldogs. And I interned at the University of Redlands in their academic success department with a fellow colleague that I currently work with now. He was my supervisor at that time. And I remember doing that for about a year or so, and I said, I'm not connecting well with these students. And I really don't know what it is. I mean, I really love being here. I love doing motivational workshops. I love doing student success workshops. I just am not connecting with them. So he mentioned something about the community college system. He said, I think you would be a great fit for the community college system. So he started mentoring me and training me. And I got my very first interview at Mount San Jacinto College. So this is my 12th year in the community college system as a counselor. And it's been all uphill from there. So life kind of just brought me here.
That's beautiful.
So I think it's always been my life's purpose. Since I can remember, I've always been a community advocate. I've always been, every volunteer experience, I got an award in high school for having the most volunteer hours. I think I had over like 5,000 hours in high school of just volunteering my time and giving back to my community. And I think that is so important to be able to help one another. And so I'm here.
Okay, so you do also have a doctorate.
I also have a doctorate,
What
so I
made you
forgot about that.
decide-
Sorry.
That's okay. What made you
That
decide to
was a
pursue
point
that?
in my life that I'm trying to forget.
Right? No, I understand. What made you pursue that?
At the time that I applied to San Diego State University, I really was looking on how to elevate myself. As a current counseling faculty member, wanting to figure out what else was out there for me. And so really trying to toy with the idea, do I want to go into administration? I have a lot of skills that go into like coordination, I have people skills. I really have this big picture approach of how things should operate. I have a passion for serving people, and so I really was trying to just feel what was my next step. And so I found San Diego State's program around social justice and equity, and there were two particular individuals that were running that program at that time that I fell in love with their research work around supporting men of color. And so Frank Harris and Luke Wood, I applied to one doctoral program, and I said if I don't get in, then I won't go back to school. And out of like 78 candidates, 15 of us were chosen. And so when I literally say this life is already planned for me, it is already planned for me. And through that program, I really learned about the importance of strategic planning, the importance of embedding equity, racial justice, and social justice, and how we need to elevate our voices to really support our students, and particularly our students of color. And if we don't do it, then who else is going to do it?
That's right.
So I've been really focusing my work since my doctoral program on system change, organizational system change, and supporting Black students and advocating for resources.
So y'all, the thing that I like about our guest today is you can relate, because all of us have had struggles to get where we're at. It's not easy, but we persevered, we had resilience, and we were able to accomplish our goals. So you all need to see that and see that if we can do it, you can do it. Now, I think we said where Malika's located. Where are you both located, so if students wanted to see you?
I am located in Bradshaw 110, right adjacent to the cafeteria.
I'm in the Charles A. King building on the second floor, the first office that you see with the butterflies on the wall.
Beautiful. And we're going to put their email addresses at the bottom and the info information, so if you want to contact them directly, you'll be able to do that. All right. So that was a great introduction. Thank you for that. So we're going to dive a little bit more
Took
into...
us back down memory lane.
Come on now, that's right. I have
Remembering our
something.
purpose.
Who sung that song?
Minnie Riperton.
Yes!
Where she come from?
Chicago?
You better say. What high school she go to?
I don't know.
Do you know
Phillips.
everything?
Come on!
This man right here, I swear he knows everything.
I just know Minnie Riperton.
He just
love
knows Chicago
Minnie
really
Riperton.
well.
I love Minnie Riperton. All right. Great introductions. Thank you. So now let's, if you don't mind, because I like our students and others to hear, what drives you to work here, and what are you most passionate about your career and your life? Let's go backwards this time. Let's start with you, Monique.
What drives me here?
And what are you passionate about?
One thing I'm passionate about, I think I mentioned this in my opening statement, is just being able to give back. For so many years, I yearned for a mentor. I received mentors along the way, but not very many that were people of color or women of color. Educated, formally educated people of color. And I think it's really important for our students to be able to see that there are people like them that have made it. And I still don't feel like I've made it, right? My work is not done until we are able to pull everybody up with us. So that's one. And two is I'm a single mother, and I've been a single mother for a very long time, raising two young, brilliant, amazing boys. And I would love to create a system that was built for them, where they could walk onto a campus or an institution and just fall in love with learning. And that when they walk into a classroom, they are inspired, they are motivated, they're engaged, and they're able to ask critical questions and get great answers. So I think those are two things. One's personal, right? Selfish reason of why I'm here, and it pays well, you know.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I couldn't do this work without passion.
That's right. Thank you. Gordon.
I'm a firm believer that this work chooses you. You don't choose it. This is the kind of thing that's got to be in you and not on you. But I think what drives me here is I'm really intentional about reclaiming our narrative. I think the perception of us is intentional.
Okay.
And it doesn't represent us in the light in which we are.
Yeah.
You know, I stand on the shoulders of those that came before time was time.
That's right.
And I think it's important to reignite that spark into those that look like me and to those that come from where I come from. And I am dedicated to the purposeful work that will entail in getting us there. I'm inspired by those that came before me. And so it is my way of making it a continuum, so to speak. I am depending on the next generation in a way that I don't think they understand.
That gives us a lot to think about. How all of us are accountable to what our ancestors did. Wow, and what they made, what they went through to get us here.
So I firmly understand the assignment.
I see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Malika.
throughout my lifetime, those around me had expectations of what Malika should be doing and what Malika should look like and act like and be like. But deep down inside, I knew there was more to me than just their expectation. There was something more to me that was heart work, that was a calling, was something that only I could deliver. And I needed to deliver it in the way that I'm doing it. And the way that I do it is through my engagement, being intentional, aligning my intention with my purpose, being honest, being accountable, and also valuing others for their time. I always tell people, I see you, I hear you, I value you, and I mean it. And I take the time to express that with you. I take the time to hear you and be there in the space with you. That is my calling. That is what I'm to do. Whether I'm in the classroom, whether I'm at my desk, whether I'm walking across campus, I ensure that those who are around me feel valued, feel cared for, feel like they matter through and through. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm a tiger. I love being a tiger. RCC helped me find my purpose, find my space, find my truth. And my ancestors, my grandparents didn't have they never could see what I could be and what I am today. If you would have said Malika today as an educator, Malika today has gone to conferences, Malika today has written papers, Malika today reads peer-reviewed articles for fun, right? She's reading bell hooks. She's doing this for fun. You would not believe that of Malika of yesterday. I do believe that education has liberated me to where I am today. I'm able to express myself freely and have knowledge and authority over how I speak to others, how I address concerns, how I advocate for others. Without that experience and without my lived experience, I don't think it would be such robust. I wouldn't be as robust as I am today, spiritually, physically, and mentally. I'm in a really good place. And it's that journey that you had, all the hardship, all the doubts, although you won't amount to anything. No, girl, you're not going to be this or that. Go be on a movie screen somewhere, right? Go model or something. No, she's smart. She's got more to her than that. And I'm here to be in space and community with those who support me and lift me up. And I'm here to be in community and space to lift everyone else up, especially my Black community.
Yeah, that's real. Sorry, y'all. So you're making me really think. What is something? Can you put a word to how those experiences that you've had in the past has created who you are today?
Ooh, child.
Take your time.
They say wisdom is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, but it's also knowing that you don't use it in a fruit salad. So all of the experiences, right, both educated and lived, provides wisdom of sorts that you can hope that your lived experience can prevent someone from maybe having to face that same challenged and or lived experience, right? And so it's that elder mindset, as my grandmother used to say, there's nothing new under the sun, right? And so being able to have experienced it and maybe preventing someone from traveling down, that same road of sorts, I think it's one for me.
Thank you.
I just know from my lived experiences that there's nothing that will ever stop me from achieving what it is that I'm setting my heart to. Lots of barriers, lots of challenges, and I never gave up.
My when we went to Ghana, I was given a God name, and my God name is Ayali.
Ayali.
Ayali, and Ayali means integrity and accountability. I'm both. I'm accountable and I have integrity, and that sums me up. Yeah, speaks to that.
I would say all of our Ghanaian names that we were gifted in Ghana, I think truly fit the essence of who we are. So
Could
my
you share?
Ghanaian name is Amerly, Ama Amerly, and it means love and mother of care. And everything that I do, I have led with love. I've led with love.
Mine is a Marlai Kwame. Marlai means honesty. And so if you know me, you know to me to be very honest.
My. That's powerful. You've lived this accountability of your names your whole life.
Yeah.
Now you have a word that is attached to it. That's beautiful.
I think more so our life journey has cultivated who we are. You had to have all the bumps and bruises and ups and downs and unknowns to become who you're going to be. We're still blossoming. We're still developing. We're still learning. But that without that life history, it really forms who you are today.
And there's no progress without no struggle.
Come on.
You know, I share with students that failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. You know, failures contribute to your success if you learn from them. So the best of books I've read, you know, they have the nice intro, a heavy middle, right, and a sweet victorious ending. And I think those are the best stories, you know, because life gonna life, people gonna people.
That's right.
And instead of asking why me, I chose to ask why not me.
That's right. I love it. That's beautiful. This is one of my favorite moments in my discussions with my guests.
Man.
I love to ask this question because it gives us a deeper glimpse of who you are. So if you had to choose one song that represents your life journey so far, something that speaks to your experiences, your growth, where you're headed, what would that song be and why? Whoever wants to start.
I have so many songs like running through my mind, and can I just choose two?
Sure, you can choose two.
Because one is Alicia Keys'
Which one?
Superwoman. Even though I'm not really Superwoman.
You are a superwoman.
Yes, and I wear my cape every day.
You do.
So that song, I mean, if I could sing, I would sing it too. That wasn't one of my God-given talents. But the one that really resonates with me, and it came out in 2002, I was a senior in high school, and it was by Guapole, Closer. So she talks about the essence of getting closer to her dreams and being able to move past fears and past the unknown to really reach higher.
Yeah.
And so I think throughout my life, I always knew I had a greater purpose. I always am reaching for something higher. Always reaching for something higher. I never know what that higher is, but there's something in life that's guiding me. And so I don't know, there's no ceiling for me. So I think that song is the essence of my being.
Love it.
And I'm still a superwoman too.
That's right. That's right.
My song, I just fell in love with, and I listened to it in the morning. My children are like, "Oh, come on, Mom, it's Beyonce." So if I were anybody, I'll come back as Beyonce. I'm gonna let you all know that right now. She is Beyonce through and through, down, inside, and out.
What song? What song?
It's called "Be Alive," and so she talks about how she couldn't wash this black off if she tried. The streets they're not paid for gold for me. I had to work hard to get to where I'm at, and you just want to see how far I can go. Like, how far can I run and quit? And so the song talks about how, to me, it talks about endurance. And when I keep going back to Ghana, I can't help it, but the castles, they call them castles, I call them dungeons. They're dungeons now, but the castles, the dungeons, and you see what your ancestors went through, going through the door of, it's called remembrance now, but the door of no return. We talk about resilience and having strength. That, to me, is resilience. They had the strength. They had the I can't even, like, to keep going. And they kept persisting, and they wanted to survive so badly. They went through slave ships and landed on whatever part of the Americas they landed on, and continued to work and thrive and survive in those tumultuous situations, and to the point that I'm here today. Their DNA runs through me, and I had the opportunity, the blessing. I still think, how did I get selected? I don't know. I was like, y'all read my proposal? You like, I couldn't believe I was one of the ones to be blessed to go to Ghana with these two on stage, and we had 9 of us go. Was able to go back to Ghana. So my ancestor who left didn't know if they'd ever see home again. Was able to come back home through me. That right there shook me to my core. To date, it just tells me how much more I need to do. And I can keep running. They can wait, and when I say they, whomever's the naysayers, could wait and see, when am I going to give up? I'm not going to give up. The other day, I was asked, Malika, what are you going to do? I said, I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas that we're going to do. Monique just told me, Malika, you're doing all the things. I'm doing all the things. I feel like I just feel like there's so much to do, to connect, to show that we're here and we care, to really, like, engage in the way that we say that we want to engage.
To be alive.
To be alive, to be purposeful, to answer the question and the calling and the call out. We want to see, we want to hear you. Well, we're here. We're going to show up and show out. And that's what that means. That's what I'm trying to obtain. That's the goal I'm trying to get at. And that, to me, the song says to me that you have more work to do, and you can keep going and keep delivering, and let them, like Beyonce, people, she got haters, let them hate. Let them hate on what you're doing for your community. Let them hate on the progress that you're making. Let them hate on everything, because we're here for each other, and we're here to embrace, and we're here to heal and connect and be in unity. So let them hate. Let them hate on that progress. That's what the song means. And Beyonce wraps it up for me.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
A song. Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Hey.
By James Brown.
Let's go.
And then Zoom by the Commodores.
You just really telling your age right now, huh?
Yeah, that was a shorty. But
I just got the chills when you
I'm
said
seasoned.
Zoom.
I'm seasoned.
Seasoned.
I'm
Seasoned.
seasoned.
Why those 2 songs?
The Commodores.
Manga. Yeah. I was raised by a lot of wise people. I'm an old soul, as they say. I lost my parents early in my life, and one of my mother's really dear friends, she shared that she received an epiphany that I had to learn a lot fast because my parents weren't going to be here that long. And so lessons. I speak in a lot of parables because I had a lot of old wise men sit me down when I was young, and just pour stuff into me. At that age, you know, it sounded funny. It sounded slick and cool. I come from an area where, you know, slick and cool was slick and cool. So I just used to like the way it sounded. But I am fortunate that I got to what my grandmother used to call the age of understanding, right? Where you begin to understand these lessons and apply them and make sense of them. So those two songs would do it for me.
Oh, I love it. I love
We
it.
should just have a dance party right now.
I know. I wish I could just turn the music on.
Yeah. Podcast off,
And we
music
could
on.
just
Let's
no,
go.
they can record us.
Oh.
Right.
Put a sample in there.
That's
So
right.
they can hear.
I love it. I love it. All right, so what memories or feelings come to mind when you hear that song in your mind's eye?
Well, when I hear James, it's a sense of pride. It's a sense of kingship. I'm on charge when I hear it. I am. It is my. If I was a movie, it'd be my theme song.
That's right.
But it just it speaks to me in a way that gives me a sense of pride. It gives me a sense of not only who I am, but what I come from and who I come from. So when I talk about that reclaiming that narrative thing, I think that there's a lot of intentional work to dismantle who
Absolutely.
we truly are.
That's right.
And I think it's incumbent upon us and the responsibility of us to really remind them who we are and what we are and what we come from and what we've achieved and accomplished.
That's right.
Right? And the foundation in which we stand on. So I think that it is very important that we center ourselves in that understanding and we begin to push back on the falsehoods that is disseminated about who we are.
That's right.
The intentional effort at not only taking away our contributions, but dumbing us down as a people.
That's right.
And so when I hear that, I am reminded, right, of truly who we are.
That's right.
Zoom, it takes me back as a kid when life was just, it was great, it was fun. Although I come from an area where they say, you know, how could you be happy to come from here? I thought this is how everybody lived, right? So, you know, I was naive in that. But at the same time, you know, the song in itself, it teaches you to imagine, you know, things that, you know, are unimaginable in that moment.
Got
And
the
so,
song right
yeah,
now. It's in my
you
head.
hear it, yeah. And so it really took me away from the violence, the sounds that you may hear, the sirens, the ambulance, the you know, the arguing, the screaming, the yelling, the cussing. That song is soothing in a way that it raises your frequency and your vibration to a way that you don't really hear it.
Come on.
Raise the vibration.
I was getting ready to talk about the vibration.
You're gonna raise
So
the
let me just
vibration.
talk about the vibration. So that's a perfect segue.
Okay, let's
So we created a project called Raising Your Vibration, Raising the Vibration. So when I think about this song Closer, it takes you higher. Literally, the words take you to a whole nother element where it's just me by myself. And there is no one around me, where my frequency and my vibration is so high that it doesn't even matter what y'all going through and what's happening or who's trying to hold me back. Like, I'm so high up here,
That's right.
reaching for my own goals, like, can't nothing stop me.
Let them hate.
So I literally thought of raising my vibrations. Like,
Let them
how
hate.
do you get to that level
That's right.
where you so high they can't even
They
touch
can't
you?
even touch you.
Can't even touch you.
You do know that hate is the best form of compliment.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of
You do.
haters because I operate out of love.
No, explain that. Explain that.
Oh, maybe I have haters. They're not very vocal. Let me take that back. There may be some haters, but they're not very vocal because they may need me one day.
That's real.
But I do operate out of love.
You need 10 new ones by the end of the month. Yeah.
I don't need no haters.
It is.
I
You
operate
do.
out of love. Come with me. Let me show you the way.
But you also have to recognize you ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't for you.
But I'll try my best.
That's right.
I'll try my
Love it.
best.
Love it. All right. What you
Come on,
got?
raise your vibration.
Oh, raise my vibration.
Let's go.
So when I listen to, and I have two, I was like, man, I got another one. When I listen to Be Alive, it just says that I am on my mission. I'm on point on my mission. No matter what's coming my way, no matter how everyone else may have had easier time, even if I had a big struggle to get where I'm going, I'm on point every day. It like meets me. Like I'm beautiful just the way I am. And whenever doubt happens, you're on your mission. Stay on that mission. Stay on point. Stay focused. So that's what when I listen to that, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm today driving to work. I'm on my mission. This is my mission today. The other song I want to say is Lauryn Hill,
Which one?
Zion.
Yeah.
Because this song is so beautiful. Because she's talking about her son, but she's also talking about her faith. And I move with purpose, aligned with my faith. And without that, you could break so easy. And Zion it speaks to my soul and it feeds me. And it tells me what it is that I need to continue doing. So those are my...
I think we need a BFSA playlist.
We need a BFSA.
I think we do,
I was gonna
actually. I really
We
do.
need a BFSA.
I was
think
like, that's my
I think
playlist
we
on
need
the way
it.
on the school.
We need it for Saturday.
Yes. Yes, Saturday. Yes, our tailgate party.
Yeah, I think that'd be real
Yes.
good. Aligned with purpose, the highest vibration, and always understanding who you are and why you're here.
Yes.
That's powerful.
Definitely.
All right. I could stay just focused on you individually and we just keep it this. But
We can
I
move
wanna-
on because I'm not that interesting.
Oh, you're very interesting. Come on.
Next.
You're very interesting. So now let's talk about BFSA. Can you give our audience an overview of what the organization's goals and purposes?
Go ahead, Madam President.
Corey and I relaunched BFSA as it was handed over to us from you. And we decided when we came together that our focus and our mission is really being there for our students through and through. Really being purposeful to connect with our students. They wanted to see us in their space. They asked for Black Faculty and Staff Association to be in their space. They want to be in ours. And so our mission this semester period is to really just get us really connected. Now the mission of BFSA as whole, and this will be continuing forward, but we're really focusing on student engagement this semester and moving forward, but we're really honing in on that. But our mission as a whole is to be in unity, be in community with each other, recruitment, retention of new employees, Black employees applying to our institutions, supporting, helping them onboard. Navigation is serious. That understanding how to maneuver in an institution as large as ours, it becomes complex. And learning how to be there for each other, because not everyone needs the same care, the same level of support. So understanding that, and actually being in spaces where we're not normally seen. So occupying spaces, making sure that we are on hiring committees, making sure that we're sitting on college committees, making sure that we're actually in the engagement centers and they see us walking through campus, acknowledging one another, saying hi, just opening a new way of engaging with each other being purposeful, and also reestablishing what our culture is at our institution, and working on that healing component and restoration component, and being very laser focused on what brings us joy. And we understand collectively that what brings us the most joy is being with one another, laughing, dance parties, eating, games, Uno. Oh, don't get started on some Uno. I'm bad on some Uno.
And I think just being in community with each other to help us understand the dynamics of Riverside City College also helps us be better for our students. And so I'm celebrating my 10th year this year at RCC. When I started, I can count on my two hands how many black faculty we had. Full-time, tenured black faculty. And so when I got here, I said, where are my people? And I found them. I found all 6. It is a beautiful sight to see that we have we're probably close to 40 full-time black faculty members at Riverside City College in the last 10 years. And so for me, just wanting to be in community, to love on each other, to have great conversations, so many brilliant people have come along in the last 10 years. Just being able to learn from them and their experiences is something that I look forward to in being part of BFSA. So love my students. We're here for the students, but I'm a little selfish sometimes, and also needing that mentor support and community as well for myself.
But we're not only Riverside City, we're Norco, we're Ramona Valley, we're district. So we're encompassing the whole body of Riverside City College, Norco College, Marina Valley College, and the district.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That part.
I mean, I think it's also providing a safe refuge, for one another. Malika, talked about, creating a space for newer faculty and staff, to be able to maneuver through the minutia and the landscape of sorts. But I think also while maintaining your blackness, right? And not feeling the need to have to sacrifice that. And so that is what's purposeful to me. That's what speaks to me as it pertains to being a part of BFSA, is really having a collective communal relationship and environment with one another, so that we can also model that for our students as well.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're always building on it. We're always revisiting. But with that comes trust. And so that's another piece that we're working on, learning how to trust one another and leaning in when you need us to be there. So that piece, you just have to massage it little by little by little. It doesn't come right away, but it doesn't, just because we're all skin folk, we're kinfolk, that doesn't always come across. And so the leadership that we have on BFSA, we all have the same goal, the same mission, the same outlook on what we want this to look like. And we're building that trust, that we're building that circle out, so that you feel supported when you come and say, I don't know, or I'm lost, or I need someone to talk to bounce this issue off of and some guidance. And but that takes time.
It does.
I think also to ensure that we're protecting, one another. That we are ensuring that protocols and procedures are adhered to, and that we just have a supportive, protective environment for one another.
This is amazing to me, y'all, because when I first started, there were 4 of us for a long time. And things have changed so much.
And then came 3 all in 1 year.
All in 1 year.
Star Taylor, Miguel Reed, and me.
That's right. And things changed.
Then became 7.
And now look, I feel like, I've done everything I should have done, and it's time for me to go, because y'all got it. And you're going to take it to a whole nother level.
Dr. Thompson said before he left us, he said, I'm tired, here's the torch, and y'all got to be ready to carry it.
That's real.
And I remember being terrified at that moment, saying, I'm not ready. One, I'm not ready for you to go, but I'm not ready to carry the torch. And he had faith and belief that we were all capable and ready.
Absolutely. He was right. Y'all got it.
It was that same year. And I remember him saying, carry the torch. And I looked at everybody else and I said, no, not me. Not realizing we were already in the
Carrying
race
it, that's
and
right.
carrying it when we needed to.
So one of the things I love about BFSA is that logo we have. That logo. So we're going to put that on the screen so everybody can see.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit about what the logo represents?
Yeah, we have some written information about it because it really is powerful. There was a lot of intentionality that went into building and designing the logo for BFSA. Olympia is a talented graphic designer with a proven track record. She's the mastermind behind the BFSA logo. With 2 CASE awards under her belt, Olympia has established herself as a leading figure in the field. Her portfolio includes notable designs such as the Cal State LA logo and her current role as senior graphic designer at Loyola Marymount University. She's a proud RCC alumna.
Yeah.
Olympia brings her unique perspective and expertise to her work. Her vision for the BFSA logo was inspired by a desire to create a symbol that represents the cyclical notion of paying it forward, and it celebrates the beauty and diversity of Blackness. The resulting design, technically defying traditional logo rules, features a vibrant sunset composed of various shades of black. This sunset symbolizes the sun's role in providing melanin, while the transparent silhouette of a black person represents the beauty and resilience of the black community. This innovative approach allows the logo to adapt to different backgrounds, reflecting the dynamic and inclusive nature of BFSA.
That's good.
So you guys can see the logo on the screen.
Yeah. That's real good.
Carefully and intentionally designed with love by one of our previous RCC students.
I love that. All right, could you share some of the key projects or activities that BFSA is currently working on, and what are some of the goals or dreams as you move forward?
So let me tell you about one that we hit off in the fall. It's Black Tigers Welcome Back to Fall event. And I say that was a very beautiful event because our Emoja students in the homeroom in Queens and Amen students spoke on their experiences here at Riverside City College, how proud they are, how excited they are, how engaged they are, how invested they are. They were able to share their experiences and what's going on in their groups that they're with. And it was just pumped. I mean, everyone was just loving on each other. The room, you could feel it from the outside, just emanated like love. And we had, not only did we have our students in the room, which filled the room in the Hall of Fame, we had our Black faculty, we had our Black classified professionals, we had our Black managers, including the district office. We had
Vice Chancellor of Education.
Yeah, Vice Chancellor of Education. Yes, came down.
Interim Vice Chancellor.
Yes, came down and was very impressed with what we're doing here at Riverside City College. All of our students got some swag. They were able to get a tumbler and designed by Monique. Again, it's a fist that says our
Dear ancestors, I understand the assignment.
yes, beautiful. I mean, those went like they were gone. And we fed them Mama Teas, gave them some desserts. Our style peach cobbler. We had 7-Up cake. We had pecan pie. We had it up.
It's on the student engagement
Yes,
side. That's a lot of what we're doing.
Yeah, it is. Well, what our mission is
I want to say this work is exhausting, y'all.
intentional.
Intentional.
Yes, to engage with our students, aligning with that. So that's what we're doing. And we invite all of our Black faculty, staff, association, anyone who's working in our institutions to please go and visit and spend time in the homeroom. Our students are asking you to come They want to know you. They want to know your life. They want to know your journey. They do your office hours in there. Take your lunch. I'll take my lunch in there. Breaks. Just walk in and say hi. Play a game of Uno. Trivia. Debates happen in there. We had a debate not too long ago about different things. So, shoes, whatever. Talk about your shoes. We love talking about shoes. Ooh, get our Nikes going. But you know, come on and spend time. Spend time in the homeroom. Absolutely.
Another goal as well for the year, since we're just getting up and running, is really increasing our membership. And so with membership comes dues, and those dues aren't for us, but those dues are to eventually be able to develop scholarships for our students. So that's
maybe
one of our
put that
biggest
link
goals.
too on our information page. If someone would like to become a member or donate.
Okay.
And with membership, you get a T-shirt. You're gonna have a BFSA T-shirt.
Okay.
But it's
I still need a
raising
BFSA t-shirt. I guess I better pay my dues.
You gotta pay your dues so we get these T-shirts. But yes, we are focusing on a scholarship this next June. Think about.
I love it.
But I also think tapping into, validating our students, affirming our students. I think those are huge components to healthy human development.
That's right.
Really being intentional at informing students on spaces where they will be seen, where they will be welcomed, where they will be valued, where they will be heard, and really working at transforming their educational experience up until they've gotten to us. Many of our students have never had an instructor of color before, right? So really dismantling those thoughts and really having intentional supportive efforts that hopefully can ignite that spark into them recognizing who not only they currently are, but what they have the propensity to be.
I love it. This has been great, y'all. So listen, wrap it up. One word, one phrase that you'd like the listeners to take away from this conversation today.
Power concedes nothing without a demand. You said one word,
It's all good. One phrase, one word.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Love it.
Go, Malika.
That you'd like them to get out of this conversation we've had with y'all today.
It's hard to say just one word.
Phrase.
One phrase. I say be intentional and align that intention with your purpose, and always speak the truth.
Love it. Thank you.
Be authentic.
Be authentic. Beautiful.
And lead with love.
And lead with love. Love it, y'all. Thank you for tuning in today. We will have lots of information at the bottom of our show in the instructions area, or description area. Apologize. I just want to thank you all for being here. Again, I've wanted you here for a long time.
I think I've been avoiding you.
And I finally got you, and I got you together. So thank you for being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. Particularly, I wanted to get you on before I leave.
Oh man!
And so I'm so thankful. Y'all just don't know.
That stopped my heart before coming on. I didn't know. I had to get myself together and get ready to be on here. You dropped that bomb on me.
I'm sorry.
You could have given me a little time to process.
I apologize.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. We will see you soon.
2 thumbs up. Oh, I wanted to cry the whole time.